Hello traders, Nick Sheen here trying to record this snowflake video. That's the third effort. I've got Murphy's Law working all over me here. Okay, so bad day, but it's also a bad day for a lot of momentum stocks, not just this one. So maybe a system-wide money managers unwinding basket A to basket B. So how do we trade this? Technically, it's looking scary, and technically, if you want to draw a head and shoulders, you can probably draw one there, and it forebodes a much lower price action. I say this from a bullish perspective. I hate the valuations of the stock, but this is a trading video. Valuation is too soon to tell whether they're full of crap or what, because the price to sales it makes no sense whatsoever. It's in the stratosphere, but the management tells us, hey, trust me, it'll all work out in the end because we're not the typical company and the math here doesn't work out the way it does somewhere else. I'm skeptical, but I am bullish this dip. If I'm long the stock, this is not a place to get out. I'd want to see what happens against this candle. By the way, today is at 1228. I thought they would want to hold the low here, but they went a little bit below it, and they closed on the absolute low of the day. Not a good thing to do. However, it's still in a zone that has been pivotal for a long time. Why do I say that? Because back in November, this was a peak. It jumped into it and then crashed. And then it took its time to break out of it and then test it again and then finally break out of it. They tested it here and now they're testing it again. So I guess if I had 2 points to look at, this would be 1 and this would be 2 zone. Is it a hard floor? No, because technically it should be headed to 250, 260. What did that jerk say? Hey, that jerk is long this stock via credit put spread. So I'm not speaking my book by any means. I want it to bounce right here. I do have a hard stop on it, so I'll decide to stop myself out maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure because I don't want to take the ride down to 260. Having said that, there's still this cluster here that lends some support at 290. So we'll see what happens. It will definitely need the help of the entire market, and the Qs have just popped above into thin air. So let's see here. Let me see which one. Okay, so the QQQ. Okay, so this is the Nasdaq here. This is not the QQQ, it's the Nasdaq futures contract. And you can see how it triggered from here and it exceeded this level. So now it's in open air. It makes it hard for the bears to short it because it was too tight here. These are 2-hour candles. Look how many 2-hour sets it was stuck into, like a hair pinpoint. I shared in the video to members. By the way, there's a link down below to the chat room. It's not free to be in the chat room because we do a lot of great work and it's a lot of hard work. It's free to try it out. There is a transaction for PayPal to get into it. The transaction is for $0. It merely just wants to, I want to weed out the trolls. Somebody whips out their credit card to get into the room. They're serious about joining a good team. And then after this, we had 4 2-hour candles that were pretty big and then boom, broke out. So we watched the right lines, the right zone, and the right timing, and now they're in open air. So they have nothing to shoot against the bears. So as dips will be bought, and that's what the machines are doing. Every dip, they're buying it. So if the market continues in its ascent like this, I just find it hard to believe that Snowflake will fall all by itself, unless it has some news I didn't hear about. I don't track the news. This is purely trading the charts. Noise all around me. I picked the wrong time to do this video. More gremlins. So where do I stop myself? It all depends on personal preference. Some people stop themselves out on dollar loss. Like if I lose 300, 500, 1,000, this is different from person to person. Other people like to stop themselves out at X%. If I'm down 15% of my trade, I'm out. Other people say, you know what? If it loses this level, I'm out. So the first level I thought I would look at is the low from the other day, which is 303. And the other one is at 290. So these are 2 qualifying points where I would stop myself out. I'm not interested in riding it all the way down, but if I'm looking to get into it long, and if it ever comes down here, that would be a nice trading bounce to catch. Technically, the fall should be as big as this, but that would put the damage down here or below. Not sure it's ready to do that. Anyway, this is a young stock, hard to pinpoint, but this will tell you how the body language stands. Let me see here. You can see that this is the day it opened, the test of it, and here we are testing it. So whether you want to draw the line here or here, the whole zone should be supportive, even though it technically should be falling this much, which will put it down here. I think if it comes down to here, I'll load up for a nice swing up from here, provided the whole market is still in its positive trend, that the bulls are in charge. All right, Nick signing out.